What's up, everybody? This is Brenton Brown from Forza Tuning and Performance, and today we got a little bit of a different episode. We have the coronavirus special for you. We're actually in San Diego at Speed Society headquarters, and I want to talk to you a little bit about this 69 Camaro behind me. This is a super important car. This is for a very close member of Speed Society and a personal friend of mine, Christian. He had this car for several years. You know, he bought it and he started taking it apart. He was going to redo it. And Christian, unfortunately, came down with some health problems. And Speed Society actually took this car and they finished it for him. This was a huge project. The car is absolutely incredible. The pictures don't do it justice. And Mike here at Speed Society, I want him to tell you all a little bit about the car, the stuff that went into it, the people that helped out with this build. You know, so Mike, go ahead and tell us a little bit about this thing.
All right, I mean, to start out, Christian was going to build this car. His original goal was to keep the stock block in there. He just wanted twin turbos. He had some turbos laying around, and we were just going to kind of try and complete the build. So we went up and got the car. As we started talking to sponsors and, kind of reaching out and seeing what we could do with it, the scale of the build just took off. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. So, we really started off with just trying to get it running, and it turned into a full SEMA build. So, from the exterior, we have the ADV 7 Series wheels, full Fessler flush mount glass. Kenny Fitzer from 0 to 60 Designs painted the entire car, molded the bumpers, cut vents in, and they really knocked it out of the park with it aesthetically.
Once you all got the paint, you all had it all media blasted. Once you actually got the old paint off, was it there like a lot more body work that needed to be done than originally anticipated?
And once the car got completely media blasted, as you guys know, you kind of open up a can of worms when you do that sometimes, and it really, you get down to the bare metal and see what's really going on. We ended up having to replace a door, the rear valance, a couple little things, it's a 50-year-old car, so some stuff gets a little bit of rust, and we got all the rust taken care of, the body back to perfect, and then they were able to put this.
So what color is this?
It's actually Destroyer Gray.
Off the Hellcats and stuff?
So PPG provided all the paint, but yeah, it's a Dodge color.
So what about suspension on the car? What do you got going on for suspension?
Okay, so for suspension, in the front, we have a full Detroit Speed front subframe with JRZ coilovers.
Okay.
And then in the rear is the Detroit Speed rear end on leaf springs with a Mosier rear end.
I know, I'm most interested in what is under the hood of this thing. Okay. What did y'all do?
So let's pop it up. And
holy shit, what do we have going on in here?
Oh, well, to start off, we have a fully built LSX block by LME heads.
So late model engines?
Yeah,
okay, late model engines.
As you know, these blocks are pretty hard to find. Jags, Scoggin Dickey Performance Parts, and Chevrolet Performance got all together to find this block, and they're back ordered everywhere, so they were able to find one, send it to LME, and they were able to do the full build.
So is this the cast iron LSX block?
It is.
Okay.
So, yeah, fully done by LME. We got Precision 76, 75 turbos. Jeff Lutz came out, built all the turbo manifolds.
Holy shit.
Eric Anderson from Ilkfab did all the intercooler piping. And LME intake manifold, this really just like showpiece when you open the hood.
Yeah, the intake of this is incredible.
Yeah.
So what kind of engine management is this on?
It's on the Holley Dominator.
Holley Dominator, okay. All right, cool. And so have you all had this on the dyno, I'm assuming?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so what's it do?
So, on race gas, it did 1316 to the wheels.
Holy shit, okay.
So, yeah, it puts down some serious power.
What kind of boost was that on to get those kind of numbers?
I forget, I think it was, I want to say like 28 round. So it's not that much boost.
Okay.
And the motor on the engine dyno made around 700, I think, mid sevens.
Okay.
So that was just naturally aspirated. So
okay.
We're really not stretching the legs on this yet.
No, that's an incredible amount. And then transmission-wise, what do we have in here?
It's a 4LAD from TCI.
Okay.
So they built that, but since Christian kind of lost the use of his right arm with the brain tumor, we had to switch it to an automatic so he'd still be able to drive it.
Okay, and has he got to drive this car?
Yeah, he has.
He has? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So he's taken it a few times. We're still got a couple little finishing touches we're working out on it, but yeah, he's starting to get it ready for show season this summer.
Okay. I've got to say, this is absolutely an incredible car. Pictures and video honestly do not do this car justice. I've saw this car online and I followed along as y'all were building it, and to actually come out here and see it in person is surreal. It's far beyond what I expected. It's an amazing build. And you all did this all in-house at Speed Society?
Yeah, pretty much, except the paint and body, everything was done here.
Okay.
So, luckily we had a ton of great sponsors come on, and they helped with everything we needed, and it really came together. It was down to the wire for SEMA, but it's worth it. We really tried to make sure We paid a lot of attention to detail, and it was like it's all in the details, really.
Okay.
And yeah.
And then I think I overheard Charlie say that you all just recently had this car appraised.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is a car like this appraised for?
So this car itself, the way it sits, appraised at $285,000.
$285,000 in a '69 Camaro. So that tells you the attention to detail and the quality of products that actually went into this build.
Really, no corners were cut when it came to this. We went kind of above and beyond, and luckily, I mean, that was all because of sponsors. We were just originally trying to get it running, and everybody kind of sent their best stuff out, and
you all actually end up on top of the sponsors donating a ton of money on top of yourselves just to get this thing to the point that it is. Even
I mean,
that.
all the pieces that weren't picked up by the sponsors, we took care of and did the best we could have. And we spent a little over 8 months getting this car ready for SEMA, and it was day in, day out. Lots of late nights, and we got it done, but I mean, it couldn't be for a better cause.
Yeah, so that's really, not only is this car just an incredible car in and of itself, but the main point that I want to talk about is just the fact that they took this car and they did it for Christian, went above and beyond to make his dreams come true. That's really the importance of this build. I don't think you can wrap that up in words per se. So I got to ask, would it be possible for me to take a ride in this car?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get a little quick break in this rain, and we'll get you out there.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, no, it's fun. You'll like it.
Badass build, man. Friggin' everybody, 40 different companies came on board. It's amazing, like what the car industry's done for cancer, man. Awesome.
All right, so we finally got a break in the rain. You just went for a ride in it. What do you think?
Man, it's incredible. The car is just ridiculously fast. I mean, it's almost uncontrollable on the street. And Charlie was barely getting on a car. I mean, we're probably talking 20% throttle input, and the car is almost uncontrollable on the street with these tires. So it's definitely a white knuckle car for sure. I can't even imagine going wide open throttle on this thing in the street.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think anybody's actually floored it yet on the street.
No.
So
It's incredible. I mean, the car, as good as it looks, performance-wise, 10 times better. Full Corvette chassis. I mean, you wouldn't know that you're not in a brand new Corvette riding this thing. We were going through the canyon roads. It handles the corners incredible. It's nuts that you're in a car this old that handles this way. So,
how about the turbos though? Those things spool up pretty quick. And
yeah, the
they're
turbo,
loud.
there is 0 turbo lag. Two-step in this thing is nuts. It just pulls like a freight train. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, it's a blast.
Okay guys, so that about wraps it up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put links on the video that you click on for the entire series that Speed Society did on the entire build on this car. It's called Build for Brain Cancer. I highly suggest checking it out. Like I said, it's for an incredible cause, and it shows you what actually went into building this car for Christian. It's something I would definitely recommend watching. So I'm gonna put links in there for you all so you can click on it, and I suggest you check it out. Okay guys, that about wraps it up. Make sure you stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, because we're actually out here at Speed Society building their next giveaway car that will be released in a few weeks. So make sure you check out their social media, make sure you check out ours so you can see what car it is and actually get a chance to win this. The odds are incredibly good. So if you haven't subscribed to Speed Society, I highly suggest you do, and make sure you get your entries in. Mike, thanks again for having us.
Thanks for coming out. I mean, big things in the future, so stay tuned.
Cool. See you guys.